Alright guys, so today I'm going to prepare a very simple dish. I'm going to do some chicken milanese, so breaded chicken breast, and I'm going to serve it with a very basic tomato pasta. So I've got some lovely cherry tomatoes, bit of garlic, just normal tomatoes, parsley and a lot of basil. I'm going to use a tiny bit of butter, seasoning extremely simple, just salt and pepper. And I'm using bucatini spaghetti, bucatini, also some lovely extra virgin olive oil. So guys, as I said, this is going to be an extremely simple recipe. It's not even a recipe, it's an extremely simple and delicious meal. So here we go. I've got some lovely pepperoni nastro azzurro as well. Going to start with the sauce. So for the sauce I'm going just to use some olive oil, quite a bit of olive oil, and I'm going to start with frying off the garlic on low heat, so I'm not trying to burn anything today. Low heat, not even going to mince the garlic, I'm just going to slice it very thin. And I'm very generous with the garlic as well. And I'm not using any passata or tinned tomato products because I have lovely nice fresh tomatoes. There is nothing wrong with using passata. I use it all of the time if there is no nice fresh tomatoes. But today I have nice and fresh tomatoes, so I'm going to use them. I'm not going to cook off all the cherry tomatoes. Some of them is going to be part of the base sauce, and then I'm just going to slice a few of them in half for texture rather than flavor. So I keep quite a bit for later, and I use the normal tomatoes for the base. Let's see, this much and this much for texture. Of course I've got some lovely ripe tomatoes. Well, ripe, it's as ripe as it can be in the UK in early May. Obviously you can't compare this with lovely ripe tomato in Italy or even in Hungary when it's summer, but this will do. Okay, this I want to keep for later. Again, extremely simple, nothing complicated here, just breaded chicken breast. I'm using the mini fillet from the chicken breast, so I'm not actually using actual chicken breast, it's the mini fillet from the breast. I'm just going to season it with salt and pepper, so no special seasoning today, very simple salt and pepper, that's it. Just going to add some salt to the eggs for the breading, that's it, and of course generous amount of black pepper. But that's all the seasoning I'm using today. Whenever I do Italian style cooking, I never use too many herbs. Italian cooking is all about simplicity and the flavors that come naturally from the basic ingredients. You don't have to hide anything. That's why Italian cuisine is one of my favorite ones. It's all about honesty and simplicity. So there are many you have many options. If you want to, you can remove the skin of the tomatoes. I don't normally bother with it. I have no issues with the skin. But if you want a really smooth sauce, then remove the skins. but again I have no issues with the skin, so I'll just leave it on. And best advice for tomatoes, if you want the maximum flavor from a tomato, don't keep them in the fridge, just keep them outside, and the flavor is going to be a lot more amplified rather than if you keep it in the fridge. And this was demonstrated to me about maybe 10 years ago. We had a visit to one of our veg suppliers, and they had these two tomatoes on the table and they asked us to try them, and everybody was like, one of the tomatoes was very flavorful and the other one was quite plain, no flavor whatsoever, typical UK tomato. And they told us that the only difference between the two tomatoes is where you kept them. So one was kept in the fridge and one was kept on room temperature, so makes a huge difference. Anyway guys, so again, extremely simple pasta. The garlic is getting cooked already, so I'm going to add all the tomatoes. Easier to move the chopping board. Hopefully I won't make too much of a mess, because this induction gets messy very quickly and then it looks rubbish. And meanwhile I'm going to start to cook the spaghetti as well, because this pasta dish won't take too long. Of course I shouldn't. So meanwhile I just add some salt and then water to cook the pasta, and I should get ready with the chicken breast. Seasoning here, again, just salt and pepper. It doesn't need anything else. Extremely simple. Now I'm just going to quickly get ready with the chicken. And get the oil ready for frying the chicken. Question of the day, can I fit these two pans or is my induction too small? Let's see if I can do that there. Yeah, definitely. This one here, yeah, seems to be just fine. Alright, so flour, egg and breadcrumbs, very basic. Obviously chicken has been seasoned with salt and pepper. Very basic again, basic dish, but lovely outcome. So I'm just going to quickly breadcrumb all these chicken breast fillets. If you can stick with the method of use one hand for wet and one for dry, makes your life easier. It's going to be less messy. Yeah, this is very simple, it doesn't get much easier than this. And people would think like, what's the point of making a video about simple dish like this? But it still helps to people who never actually cook or they are not confident in cooking. And it's simple for me as well because I don't have much time. I keep editing work videos from work obviously, so this is quite simple and quick. Should stir this one as well. Okay guys, of course a lot of people don't like to use their hands. You can use a fork if you don't want your hands to get dirty. I have no issues with it. Like my mom, she never uses her hands, she always uses a fork for breading the meat. Alright, not much left. Super simple, super easy. Alright, so next step is that I'm going to add a whole load of parsley for the sauce. And this is my preference, I like parsley. If you don't like parsley, don't add parsley, simple. As always, I'm not trying to achieve something extremely traditional. I'm just cooking for myself, and this is the way I like this dish. So don't get too upset if you find something that's not traditional. As always, my cooking is not quite about being traditional. Alright, so all this parsley goes into the sauce as well. Lovely. And then I can start to cook off the chicken. And for frying of the chicken, I've been using olive oil. Just going to increase the heat if I can reach to medium high. Okay, just increase the heat on the sauce for a little while to get things moving. And I'm just going to cook this off. Break off all the tomatoes. I can already reduce the heat slightly, go back to medium high. Check the seasoning. Nice, but it needs more salt. That's it for now. I add more pepper, black pepper. My pasta water is boiling. I'm just going to top it up and start to cook my pasta. So the first batch of chicken is being fried already. So it's about 8 minutes left from frying the chicken. Then I'm going to add the pasta because I don't like overcooked pasta. I like my pasta nice al dente. Okay. Nice golden chicken fillets. Then these tomatoes I'm just going to slice in half as well. Maybe I won't even use all of this. It's quite a lot for the amount of pasta I have. This should be enough, more than enough. These I'm going to add just before finished cooking the sauce, and just before I add the spaghetti to the sauce. Tasty. I'm going to add more olive oil, quite a bit. Definitely more black pepper and more salt. But this time I'm going to use the smoked sea salt, which I love. So probably enough. Oh, the smell of smokiness is amazing. Okay, so the first batch of the chicken breast is ready, pretty much. As always, I recommend to use temperature probe, especially if you are not sure about, especially like cooking chicken. You can always take the temperature of it. If it's above 75 degrees centigrade, then you are good. It doesn't need to be more than that. Just want to make sure that you kill all the salmonella, if there is any. Yeah, this is all pretty much almost there. It's a good tool. Just going to move them around, make sure that all of these get a fair amount of heat. Obviously, if you are super experienced, don't use it. Or if you are either more experienced, then you are going to use it because you don't want to overcook your chicken either. This is done. Done. It's all done. Okay, so first lot is cooked. Nice. I'm just going to finish cooking off all these chicken breasts. I might add some more oil to the pan as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cook this in three batches. Just add a bit more oil. I'm going to grate a bit of this cheese on the chicken, and then I'm ready to try the chicken. Okay, let's see the sauce. This is going nicely. The tomatoes are getting cooked off nicely. Of course, if you have more time, better result if you cook these tomatoes for 2-3 hours, then it's going to be incredible. However, I don't have that kind of time. Just going to try one of the chicken bits. It's cooked lovely. Just amazing. Just going to add a bit of cheese to the second batch of chicken. Amazing stuff already. And now I can add the remaining cherry tomatoes. And I'm going to add some basil leaves. And I don't add the basil too early because it's just going to lose the flavor. And I'm heavy on basil as well. I love basil too. Love it. Okay guys, that's it. Just going to add a bit more salt. And just going to add a tiny bit of butter for the sauce as well. Make it even creamier. That's the sauce pretty much done. Lovely. Tastes amazing. Okay. So the sauce is done. As you can see, it's quite rustic. It's definitely not blended or anything, and I have some barely cooked cherry tomatoes in there. Quite nice. Just finishing off the cooking of the chicken breast, and because I didn't clean the pan in between, I already have some burned breadcrumbs, which you can see. Alright, spaghetti is getting along. Spaghetti is cooking nicely. It's going to take about 6 minutes from here. Can do a final taste test of the sauce. Tastes amazing. Just a tiny bit more salt and pepper, and maybe a bit of chili. That's pretty much it. Lovely sauce we have here. Alright guys, so finishing touches. Sauce is ready, pasta is almost ready. Just going to add the pasta to the tomato sauce and let it finish here. As you can see, it's still quite al dente. Nice. Alright. Seems to be most of the pasta. And I'm just going to add a bit of the liquid, cooking liquid as well. And full of starch from the pasta. And turn this one off. And just finish the cooking of the spaghetti on low heat. Alright guys, so this is definitely very finishing touches. The pasta is cooked perfectly to my liking. The sauce has been reduced quite well, so I'm going to turn this off and plate up 2 plates, 2 portions. Again, this is extremely simple. Nothing complicated here. This is just good, honest, basic food at its best. Just going to grab a bit more sauce. That's it. And of course we have some chicken inner fillets to add. Bit more cheese. All right, a bit of extra black pepper and chili. And a tiny bit more olive oil. That's it. Okay guys, so extremely simple and easy to make, delicious. Basically spaghetti in tomato sauce with some breaded chicken and cheese, or chicken Milanese as we know it in the UK. Probably chicken Milanese in Milan is not chicken Milanese, but it is in the UK. But this is still a delicious meal and one of my favorites. Simple, honest, easy to make and delicious. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode and I shall see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.